Hey, folks, Scott Hannon here from the Common Sense Club and the Scott Hannon Show. It's the After the Show where we give you a little bit of recap on what happened on today's show, and it was good to be back in the saddle. First of all, thank you for your thoughts and prayers about my recent surgery. Piece of cake. Under the knife Thursday, back behind the microphone Wednesday. Crying out loud. No worries. And I am following doctor's orders as best as possible, just to answer the question many of you have been, why did people think that I would go rogue on my doctors? Of course I wouldn't. Anyway, but it's good to be back. We had some great conversation today. Doug Schoen, a Democratic pollster. There's one tough job. Wear some armor if you're a Democratic pollster these days, right? And, of course, we got the usual stuff out of him. Well, things are bad for Obama, but they're just as bad for Republicans in Congress. And, anyway, he wrote a new book called Hopelessly Divided, The New Crisis in American Politics. I challenged him a little bit on that to say, hopelessly divided, a crisis. I don't think any of this is a crisis. I think what we have in America right now is an awakening of folks who've said, enough already. If it took us 216 years to get $8 trillion in debt and the Obama administration 4 years or, 2+ years to get us, the next 8, why in the world wouldn't we have an awakening? Why shouldn't we have a crisis? When we're doubling our national debt, what it took us 200 some odd years to get to, in 2+ years we're at, hello? Anyway, I don't think that's a crisis. I think it's an awakening. And I think if that means we're divided, where we don't want to go with your plan of higher taxes and everything else, we're great. Interestingly enough, Doug had done some polling on how folks really are in agreement that we need to fix a lot of this stuff. So it was an interesting conversation. Liz Cheney was here to talk about this, the book that she and her father wrote called In My Time. Talked to Liz Cheney a little bit about the book tour with her dad and about writing the book, and also a little bit about the Obama administration policy on Israel, for instance, and where they're at. So anyway, that was an interesting conversation that you can hear on the recap as well. On the second hour of the program today, we had a busy one, jam-packed. Also, by the way, Brett Narlock was here in the first hour, North Dakota Policy Council, lamenting the fact that there are some elements of Obamanomics that have made it to North Dakota, specifically talking about, for instance, taking tax dollars to the Department of Commerce with different economic development funds, saying that's not a lot different than Solandra. I did challenge the fact that it's hard to say there's much in the way of a comparison between, a $500 million boondoggle of Solandra and anything that's happened, number one, here, and number two, just the idea of Obamanomics being at odds with fastest job growth, lowest unemployment. A lot of the fundamentals of North Dakota's economy pretty darn good. Anyway, we talked about that. We talked with James Pethokoukis, money and politics columnist for Reuters, CNBC contributor on the Obama tax plans. A great conversation with Elaine Donnelly, president of the Center for Military Readiness, on Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and how it will affect rank and file. I think the most outrageous thing is the required regulation as part of this new law that Congress passed is 1 page. So basically this is all politics. This is about Obama checking a box for his base and sending this off without any thought, without any consideration of the objections coming from the military. And we wrapped up with a conversation with a reporter on Tom Vilsack's statements to the National Restaurant Association. Tom Vilsack, Secretary of Agriculture, saying you and I need to just take what the government gives us in the way of food choices and adjust our taste to what the government wants us to eat. I kid you not. And so an interesting recap on that. That was today's show. Enjoyed it very much. Welcome your input throughout the day at ScottHannon.com, on our Scott line at 855-200-1776. We'll do it all over again on the Scott Hannon Show and the Common Sense Club. 8 to 11 a.m. live at ScottHannon.com, part of GCN Live, where 23 million folks a month are tuning in. Go to our Facebook page to weigh in on our questions of the day. Download the mobile app. I tell you what, it's really nice right here. If you go to ScottHannon.com, we'll give you details on how you can find yourself a little app. Here's what it looks like. Can you see it? The GCN app? Yeah. See that little white app there that says the GCN Live? Right next to my Rosary app. There you go. Anyway, it's a great way to follow the show live. 8 to 11. You can also hear it 2 until 5 on 1310 KNOX, as well as other stations across the Common Sense Club network. And if you'd like it to be on a radio station near you, go to ScottHannon.com to find out what you can do. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.